Hi, this is David Bowman with Zeus Trout Outfitters, and this is a tying instructional video for Bowman's Dragon Bottom. This is a fly tied to represent a Dragonfly Nymph, and I've gone ahead and tied in with some 6/0 brown thread. I've also tied in a pair of brown buyouts in the back that are split. Okay. Then I've tied in some vinyl ribbing. Okay, that's like an orangish color. Then I've tied in some embroidery floss in metallic brown. And two more pieces, one at the very top of the fly in maroon, and one to the left in maroon. And I did that just to save some time, otherwise this video would be really long. Okay, so now that you have that all tied in, what you can go ahead and do is take some .025 lead wire, and staying right in front of all the stuff that I just tied in, we're going to wrap the shank of the hook with some lead, get this good and heavy. This is a European nymphing anchor fly. It can also be fished in a lake with good success. So we'll get that in, snug everything that's tied down in. Alright, put a few wraps of thread over our lead there to keep it in place. Okay, and one thing about these dragonfly nymphs is that they're a little fat in the middle of their body here where I have the lead, so I do tend to keep the lead in the center, so that way you get a little fatter of a rear. Just wrap this up real good, that way it's good and solid. Alright, now what I'll do is I'll take my middle piece of maroon embroidery floss that's tied at the top in the middle, and I'll just start winding that up, and this is building the body of the dragonfly nymph here, so just try to get the shape that I want with this floss before I go ahead and weave it. Make it a little fatter right here in the middle. Okay. Then slowly start thinning it out towards the front. Get a nice shape there to it. Okay. Go ahead and tie that off. Alright, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and weave it. So in order to do that, I spin the vise and just throw a half hitch in here quick. Lock my thread down so it doesn't go unraveling on me. Okay, that keeps now the thread can sort of do its own thing. Face the fly at the vise, turn it upside down. Alright. And then we'll start weaving it like in the following way. You go over with the bottom color, catch it with the top color, and then bring it back over. Not really trying to do a video here on like how to weave. This just kind of sort of showing you that that's how this fly is built. If you do want to learn how to actually do the weave itself, you can try to get it off this video, or you could search some tie-in videos for Polish weaving. Perhaps I'll do one in the future. Okay, and just keep weaving this up. And the nice thing about the woven flies that I like, and that most people really like about them, is the two-tone that you get. So now this will have a metallic brown top and a like a bloody maroon bottom. These Dragonfly Nymphs are really, really dark. And so when this blood maroon color gets wet, it really takes on a good natural color for the underside of those dragon nymphs. And the tops are just dark brown, you know, they're just a really dark bodied fly, so try to keep the colors dark too. Almost done here. Do one more little weave here to the front. Alright. Oh, don't lose that right there now at the end. Okay, just catch those pieces of floss in with the thread. And that's okay, because that's behind where that's okay. We'll just tie that right down there like that. That looks a little, I kind of lost the weave there at the end, but that's okay. That's not going to really affect the fly too much. We got quite a bit of work to do up here at the head, so just go ahead and trim this extra. It's not going to affect the outcome of the fly. Alright, so that's the body. You can see it's sort of tapered, a little bit narrower here, gets fat, and then starts narrowing down again. Now what I'll do is I'll take my vinyl ribbing and I'll work it in between the weave knuckles there that I just did, and that'll lock it down in place too. And that just gives it a nice, like, translucent appearance. It gives it a little, it's pretty neat looking. I like the way that vinyl rib looks for this fly. So go ahead and get rid of that. Alright. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I got a pair of tungsten eyes right here. I'll take the thread to the front and I'll just tie these eyes in quick. Just do a little figure of 8, a couple turns like that. Alright, and then what I always do is I actually do it, like, go around it and draw that down. That tightens that really good. A few more figure of 8s. Alright, take it to the back. Alright, and the first thing I'll do is I'll throw in the first set of rubber legs. Alright. And I have some Fly Reaper possum dubbing here in brown. And that's available at ZeusAndTrout.com, so if you like the way that looks, grab a little bit of it. And then we'll throw old dubbing in right here. Just sort of cover up that join where the rubber legs are. Then I take a pair of biots and I'll put them right on the back. Split them like that, you know, and those will be wing pads for this fly. Just lay them in there as best you can. Get them angled up in the air pretty heavy. And then nip the ends. Alright. Go ahead and dub a little bit in front of that. Just a little, got to keep this sparse up here because there's a lot going on, so. Alright, then I'll take a second pair of rubber legs. Get those tied in. And these dragon nymphs have 6 pairs of legs, so I try to you know, match the number of legs like that. Okay, we'll get another pair of biots here. Alright. And in the process, you know, do a little work on the legs so that they stay in good place. Throw a little bit more dubbing in the front. Same basic process as we just used. Now you'll have a double set of wing pads. Just get a little bit more dubbing back in there. Alright. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll tie one last set of rubber legs in. This set will not get a pair of biots in front of it. We'll just tie these legs in here like that. Whole figure 8 action. Okay. And then we're going to dub up and finish this fly up around the head area. So get some dubbing, get a good amount of dubbing on here, keeping it thin, but, you know, getting a good amount of thread covered in dubbing. Alright, that looks pretty good. Maybe get a few wraps behind that set of legs there, pin them biots down good, come in front of your next set of rubber legs. Start building a little head. That's looking really good. Get that good and buggy. And now I'll take one over the front of the fly, figure 8 with some dubbing, fill in that eye cavity. Alright, you can get as heavy on that as you want or as light as that, you know. I like to fill it up kind of sort of, but leave a little, kind of leave that fat. Yeah, I like that right there. That's nice looking. Come off the front with my whip finish tool here. Alright. Okay, whip finish that. Snip the thread. Alright, now what you have is the 3 sets of legs on this side, 3 sets of legs on this side. Just kind of cut them. Alright. And that's it. That's Bowman's Dragon Bottom. It's a nice European nymphing anchor. Pretty aggressive fly. Trout really like it. They come in, you know, they really like the way it looks. It's buggy, it's big, and so thanks for watching. Enjoy.